Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. 10:18, good morning. So, I'm in here updating the islands map for a second time because for some reason I have a corrupt i3D and I lost the update. And I have absolutely no desire to update this map for a second time. So I figured if I come on Twitch, maybe y'all give me a little bit of support to get this update done. Because I've done everything in this update once already. I have no desire to update this map again. I've been putting it off all weekend, so let's come in here and get it done. I think I have most of the XML work done. Well, to the point where I have all the palettes in the map, all the fill types in the map. But we have to redo... I gotta redo all the mines for a second time. I have to add peanut butter to Hershey's for a second time. We have to put the clay pit back in for a second time. I gotta put express staffing back in. I hate double work. I absolutely hate it with passion. And we got to get the warehouses back, the new warehouses back in. But I figure I might as well open this up to placeables. We'll make it a bigger placeable lot. So get rid of all these individual warehouses. This is not one of my favorite maps, so I do not enjoy working on this map. Alright, so that gets the old buildings off of this side of the road. Now I am removing all the buildings over here as well, except for one building here in the corner. And then you can use this as a placeable lot as well. So I think I can get rid of this whole transform group. No, I better not. I'll mess up my i3D mapping, so let's just get rid of the trailers. Not even moving them to a different part of the map. We're just going to get rid of them and open up this space. Richard Farm Inc. Hello. I am working on getting the... Now, let me open up this space for some placeables and warehouses. Updating the islands map for a second time. Since my first update, I had a corrupt i3D and I can no longer open the map in the editor. It just crashes. I finally figured out why it was crashing, but it's just crashing. Alright, so that takes care of getting this area clean. So I'm going to do, before I go any further, I'm going to do a save. And while that's saving, we're going to open the 110. I want to see if I deleted all of these individual buildings. And we'll get set up to bring in, we'll get the two new warehouses in and working first. And then we'll fix Hershey's, then we'll go fix the mines. Nope, these are all still in here. Alright, so building A is gone. Building B is gone. Get rid of all these individual warehouses. Building J, H, building K, building M. Alright, so that gets rid of, make sure I get rid of all the old buildings in here. Alright, so that gets rid of all the old buildings. So what I can do now is under the boathouse, let's go into the 110 from the map I started. Did I not keep it? Oh man. That's the valley map, that's the valley map. I did not keep the map that was crashing. I had all the... I already deleted the folder. I did. Are you in here by chance? You're not in there. You're my temporary folder for the hollow map rebuild. You're my temporary folder for the valley rebuild. You're the valley map that is... Why do I have an unzipped valley map? I have no idea. Because I was probably taking parts and pieces out of it. Let's see. Looks like we're doing this the hard way. Alright, let me open up documents, my games. Let's go to Ritchieville. Let's grab let's go to Ritchieville. We'll grab the 2 new warehouses. And then we'll open up the 110 and we'll grab... I had all the XML work done. I can't believe I deleted that folder. And I already cleaned out my trash can, so I know it's not in my trash can or waste basket, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to have to do this all over again, which means all my XML work I have to do again. Where am I going? Over here, central, which means we have to pull everything out of this map again. I had everything in those folders waiting to go. But, alright, so let's grab, we're going to grab Central Warehouse. I'm going to go File, Export. We're going to go to the 16X map, Islands, New Buildings. So this is Central Warehouse. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab Central Warehouse Cold. I'm going to export that one. Grab that. We'll grab the new clay pit. So File, Export. Grab the clay pit and we'll grab Express Staffing. I'll grab that. Now, is there anything else in here I need? Not yet. We'll open it back up if we need it. So let's close that so I don't make any accidental changes to it. So let's come back to the islands map. We will go new buildings. We will open up central warehouse, and now we're going to have to fix all of the textures. So I'm just going to open up all of these because we're going to have to fix all of the textures. Which I've already done once before. Alright, so what do we have in this file that we have to move? So let me open you up. So we're going to copy you back to textures. Come on. And then I can come back here, and then you're the only thing in there, so I can delete you. And then we go new buildings, and I gotta move all of this crap. Actually, I'm probably gonna leave it. Let's see what the pathing looks like. Let's fix this one. Alright, so let me fix that one. So you're gonna be new buildings and then textures. I can live with that. New buildings, workers, textures. Alright, so I think that's all I'm gonna fix on this one. You were express staffing, yeah. So clay pit, I'm going to leave the new buildings. As long as they don't open up with any errors, we'll be fine. Central warehouse, we'll just fix this one texture. Oh, now we got, oh, hold on. Textures 2. And then what else am I missing? Oh, Ritchieville Hall. Okay, I know what I'm missing. So we got to come back in here. Ritchieville Common, Ritchieville Hollow. So it's this one. So I'm going to need these moved to here. And I'm going to come back here. So that was textures, parking lot items. We're going to move these. Oh crap, I don't want to delete those. I want to grab these. I want to copy them to here. Because I hate when you import stuff into the map, it moves where they were from, and it messes up all of my texture pathing. So now we come back here, and I can delete that file, but I don't think I can delete this one. Textures 3, probably not. So I'm going to leave that one. But now we can come down here. So we fixed this texture, and we fixed this texture. And now let's check this one. So we fixed this texture, and then we fixed, yeah, we fixed all of these. Now, before I import them into the map, I'm going to open them up and make sure they're not throwing any errors first. So let's, before we import them into the map, let's make sure they all open with no errors. Alright, so you're good. Central warehouse cold. You're good. clay pit. You're missing sounds. You're missing sound conveyor. So conveyor. So I gotta fix you. Express staffing. Express staffing. Alright, there's no issue. So we have to fix the sounds in the clay pit. So our sound file is here. So it's new building, sounds conveyor. We may change that. So let's go to sounds, your beehive. Do we have conveyor in there? We don't. So the path is new buildings, sound. So you're empty. So we can delete you. So I need conveyor moved over to here. Now let's see if we have it here. I don't think I do. No, we don't have you in there. So I got to steal conveyor from where? From Ritchieville. Documents, my games. Alright, conveyor. You, I need you. So let's copy you into sounds. And then we'll come down here and change this. Now our clay pit should open without any errors. Alright, so that's fixed. Alright, so now let's come back in here. And I can close the slide gates. We need global company open. Trees I can close. Signs I can close. Tour icons we're going to work with, but I can close it for now. Alright, so I'm going to create a new transform group. It has to go inside global company. Go edit, cut, and paste. And I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to need a bunch of these, so I'm going to duplicate it a few times. Just so we have some spares. Alright, so the first one is Central Warehouse. Alright, second one is going to be Central Warehouse Cold. Alright, now let's grab Central Warehouse first. Go File, Import, Central Warehouse. Then we'll go Edit, Cut, and Paste. And I'm going to try and get it about where I had it the first time. Let me delete this set of parking lines before I forget. And I come back up here. I'll try and get this where close to where I had it. And now I'm going to go File, Import. I'm going to bring in Central Warehouse Cold. And we're going to try and get that put back into place as well. Alright, so I need to pull you back, get you lined up with this building and trailer. Alright, so that is going to be central warehouse cold. We still have to put the parked cars back in. So make sure none of my triggers are going to interfere with anything that's already in the map. And then the only thing I need to do is I need to bring over one sign from here to cover up the, I wish I knew German, the German language. Whatever this sign is has to get covered up. Make you a little bit thicker so you don't, maybe you won't no, you're still gonna flicker. Nothing I can do with those signs, they're flicker and I can't fix them, I have no idea why. Queen Chris, good morning. Okay, so now I need to figure out what farmland these are in. So I'm just gonna open this up real quick just to see what farmland it's in. Because this whole central state, the old logistics center is all one farmland, so I don't have to mess with it. So you are farmland number 20. So central warehouse just needs to be changed to 20, and central warehouse cold needs to be changed to 20. Now I have some disappearing signs. Does that mean I'm going to have to, are my triggers too low? So let's take a look at our triggers. Oh, in triggers on this side. Do my warning stripes disappear also, or just my... No, only these guys disappear. What's the... Oh, because the clip distance is really low. Okay. It's not because they're too low in the ground, just the clip distance is a little bit too low. Okay, that's an easy fix. Alright, so you won't disappear when you drive away. Alright, so let's... so they're about where I want them. We fixed the farmlands that they're in. Let me do another save. We have to pull up the 110. Okay, you're the valley map. So we got to pull up the 110 from the new update. I also have to go back to... should just keep this open. Mods. We'll be coming back here all day. Ritchieville. So I need the 110 from Ritchieville. We have to go to... Alright, we're going to steal Central Warehouse cold. So I'm going to steal these. Copy, and then we're going to paste them into here. Now we have to change all of Ritchieville to Ritchie Islands. Ritchie, capital R underscore islands with an S. Right, make sure it's exactly the same as the one above it. Before I replace all of them. Yep, okay, so that's good. So let's get all of these replaced. And I don't like to hit replace all, because I want to make sure I don't miss any. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I had no desire to do this update for a second time. If there wasn't as many people playing this map as there are, and there's not a lot of people playing this map, but there are some people playing this map, I was going to completely drop it from the lineup. And I wasn't even going to mess with it. Alright, so there's our 110 done. Let me save that. I'm going to leave the Ritchieville 110 open because we're going to have to pull stuff out from the clay pit, and we're going to have to pull stuff out for the express staffing. So next on the list is we have to go to Ritchie Islands Placeables Global Company. Now I need to go to Ritchieville Placeables Global Company. We need to grab Central Warehouse Cold. Copy them over to here. So Central Warehouse, our icon is, what's my icon? Come on, I know I have an icon indicate. It's Islands with a capital I. So you have to get changed to Islands. And then all of Ritchieville has to go to Ritchie Islands. So that's Central Warehouse. Shouldn't have to mess with any of the i3D mapping because we didn't change the warehouse at all. So now we go to Central Warehouse Cold. My icon has to go to Islands. And we change all of Ritchieville to Ritchie Islands. Alright, and let's save that one. Now, our 110, so our 110 is done. Oh, okay, Ritchie Island. So our 110 is done. Central Warehouse XML is fixed. Central Warehouse Cold XML is fixed. Our map is saved. I'm going to fire this up really quick just to see if we're throwing any Lua errors. So let's jump into, I don't have the hotspots in yet, but I just want to see if it's throwing any obvious Lua errors. Don't matter which save game we go to. We're not going to spend only a couple seconds in the map. I just want to see if it's throwing any Lua errors. If I missed putting any pallets in there or fill types. into the map. And we'll get the hot spots taken care of. Then we'll give the warehouses a proper test before we go on to the Hershey plant and the mines. To be honest with you, on the first update, I don't even remember where I put express staffing. Okay, so it opened, so that's the first good sign. So let's see if how our log looks. Alright, so let's get under all the key bindings, because I don't have my mods folder fixed for this map because I wasn't planning on doing much testing. So it has all of the old. Okay, so we are missing the register Lua. So let's go to Richie Islands. Richie Islands, where are you? Scripts. Okay, you're missing the register Lua. So let's go to Richieville. Scripts, register Lua. So let's copy and paste. So that takes care of that error. Alright, so there's no errors with the warehouses. So what we're going to do, let's get out of here a minute. So we'll quit out of here a second. Let's go, come on. It's going to be one of those days. Come on. There we go. Alright, so let's come back in here. Let's get the hot spots in, and then we'll give these warehouses a really good test to make sure they're going to work. So let's go back down to let's close you, tour icons. I'll pull you up out of the ground. And I think my player trigger was just about there, but we're going to call you Central Warehouse. And now I'm going to duplicate you one more time. We're going to get you close to down there. And we'll make sure they're both right near where the player triggers are. So your Central Warehouse cold. Alright, so you, the first one, let's see if you're anywhere near the player trigger. And you are, so I don't have to mess with you. So let's see if this one's anywhere near. Nope, it's got to get moved over a little bit. So we'll take this last guy, Central Warehouse cold. We'll move you over. And that should put you, it does, where our trigger is. So let's get our map SA taken care of. So I want Richie Islands map. Oh, I did move it. I want Richie Islands map SA. And we have to get rid of. Oh, they're already in here. No, yeah, Central Warehouse. Central Warehouse cold. So I already moved my map SA over. We just have to fix the positions. So Central Warehouse Yeah, so you get changed. And you get changed. And then central warehouse cold. Let's get you in your new position. And you. No, you. Save. Now it should make sure I've changed the right ones. Yeah, okay, central warehouse cold. Now let me make sure that I already didn't have them in here. Placeable, yeah, Placeable's global company. Do I have a double central station and a double central station cold, or did I only put one in? No, there's only the one. Okay. Alright, so let's save this again. And there's a couple more things and we'll be done with the central warehouse area. Yeah, I'm going to go till about lunchtime, and then I have some errands to run. I don't know if I'll be back on this afternoon or not. This week's going to be really bad with real life stuff going on. I pretty much have real life stuff going on most of the week this week. So I don't know how much work I'm going to get done this week, and I don't even know how many streams I'm going to be able to get in this week. Alright, so let's go back to 16x. Let's grab save game 11. And I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm super tired today. I didn't even want to get out of bed today. Alright. So what I'm going to do is we're going to save. And we're going to close. And I'm going to go to, come on. My system's been running really slow the last 2 days too, so at some point tonight I've got to run an antivirus scan, an anti-adware spyware scan. I'm going to do all that happy jazz tonight. Run CC cleaner, run super anti-spyware, and then make sure everything's up to date. Alright, so I want Farm Sim 19, save game 11, on create. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to grab on create. Alright, so I want to preload my warehouses so we can test them. So I need everything from there to here. And this is cold. So I'm going to copy those into save game 11. Just preloading the warehouses so we can test them. So I can test the triggers. Alright, so you are here. And then we're going to grab everything from central warehouse. So I need everything from there to here. And copy those into central warehouse. If I didn't pass it. Here it is, central warehouse. So everything in here. Save that. Now we should be able to test our triggers. Now, so I can close that one. Let me go back to Hershey Islands. Do I have the new trailers in here? From 315. Yeah, you're the new trailer. Okay, so I do have the new trailers in the mods folder. So we'll go back to save game 11. Our warehouses should now be preloaded. We can't save this save game anyway. But at least I can make sure the warehouses are working before we move on. Oh, and I apologize for yawning in everyone's ear. It's just going to be one of those days today. No matter how much coffee I drink, it's just not going to wake me up. So jump in here. Alright, so let's grab some cash. Let's grab some speed. Now, we should have icons now for central warehouse cold. So there's central warehouse cold. We should have everything preloaded there, and I'm going to go through this just to make sure I have no like white barns and everything matches up so I didn't mess anything up. Cheese, butter, crab, lobster, salmon, caviar, bread, buns. Alright, so everything looks good here before we spawn any pallets out. Everything looks good there. I just want to go through the menu again just to make sure everything, like it says paper, and it doesn't say the paper and then lumber. And there's no white barns. Make sure I didn't miss any fill types. Wax, honey, sewer pipe. Door, window. Alright, so let's grab my store delivery mod. Let's grab our trailer, and let's grab a truck. And let's spawn out some pallets, make sure they spawn out, make sure the triggers work when we put them back in. grab, I don't care, ground beef works. Alright, so at least we know our 40 pallets spawn out, fine. So let's grab something square over here. So let's grab, crates will work. Alright, so we have our crates. Alright, so let's grab our truck. You should be on regular size pallets. You are. So let's grab our crates first. Make sure our in trigger works, and we'll check a couple of the long pallets because they're the ones that I really have trouble with. Alright, so they're going to unload fine. So let's go, let's grab our ground beef or steak or whatever it was. I'll make sure that in trigger works. Alright, so no issues with the cold storage. Alright, so let's double check a couple of the long pallets. I'm going to lumber, steel, drill pipe are the ones that usually give me the hard time. So let's grab a load of lumber. And we'll change you to long pallets. There we go. So if the lumber, steel, drill pipe work, we should be good. If not, we're going to be adjusting some triggers. Oh, are you kidding me? One freaking pallet. Alright, so what's the verdict? So on the new Ritchie Islands map, or the new Ritchieville map, the new 16X map, these gave me a really hard time. Nope, no issues here. Good, let's grab, while they're loading, let's grab our steel. That's going to go with a half a stack. Let's just go with 8. Let's go with 8 steel, and let's grab 8 drill pipe. And if there's no problem with those, then we're going to move on. We'll call Central Warehouse done. Except for some parked cars. We can get out of this area. What do I want on the bottom? I want the steel on the bottom and then the drill pipe. Hershey Plant's going to take a little bit because we have to put all the peanut butter pellets in it. So we'll probably do that next. Alright, so yeah, we're not going to have any issues here with adjusting triggers. Yep, so we're going to call this almost done. Alright, let's get out of here. Make sure there's no obvious errors in the log. Alright, so let me just jump in the log real quick again. Come on, you should have asked me if I wanted it, there we go, to reload. Yeah, my system's running like super slow the last 2 days, and I have no idea why. Unless I've got another Windows update running in the background. Just driving dust. Okay, so we have nothing going on. So Central Warehouse, I can close. Central Warehouse cold, we can close. Now, when I got rid of the feed mills to make room for placeable factories, this area is done except for the forklift is still driving around over here. So this guy. So we're going to have to take care of the forklift. So let's make the spline visible a minute. And let's see if I can get him positioned like I had him before. If not, we'll redo the spline. So let's go Edit, Interactive Placement. And let me see if I can get the spline. I had the spline driving around this building. I'm going to end up redoing this spline, I think. Let me turn you a little bit more. No, you're going to run into this building. You are going to run into that building. Yeah, I had it like in a perfect position when I moved it the first time. I didn't have to mess with it. I went move, bam, and it like fell right into place. Alright, so you're not going to clip the trailer. You're not going to clip the edge of that building. You're not going to clip the edge of that building. Alright, now we can move the forklift. Throw the forklift here. What happened? Edit, Interactive Placement, move. There we go. So make the spline invisible. Forklift will be driving around that warehouse. Alright, so that takes parked cars, and then we can get out of here. So let's grab splines, traffic, parked cars. And let's get a couple parked cars in here. I want to throw too many. We'll throw in like 3 along here. And we'll park one over here in front of the garage. And we'll throw a parked car about there. All right, we'll check on this next time we come in the map, but that area is now going to be done. So Hershey's is going to pay because we have to put all the peanut butter pallets in the warehouse. And I already did this once, and I hate doing double work. All right, so let's close ships. Let's just close all the stuff that, oh, come on, get out of there a minute. Let's close all the stuff we don't need open. I can close splines. So we have to find the Hershey plant now. Your compost. Here's the Hershey plant. Alright, so I should have in the warehouse, cool, I've got a spare visibility node I'm not using, so that's perfect. So let's go File, Import, Ritchie Islands, Objects, Pallets. I need the peanut butter palette. Peanut butter palette. And we're going to drop it right there for a minute. And then I need this part. Close you. Where's my spare? Oh, Central Warehouse Cold I can close. Central Warehouse I can close. Let's go to Hershey's. My empty visibility nodes. We're going to go Edit, Cut, Visibility, Paste, and I'm going to put you right there for a minute. And I got to steal this part of it, and we go Edit, Cut. I got to put you inside of there, and then I come down here and I delete all the extra parts and pieces in the collisions. And then we come up here and we call you just PB for peanut butter. Now we can spin you this way. Make sure that you're just touching the ground. You are. Alright, so let's get all of our pallets in place. This is why I hate double work. Because it's a pain the first time. And then I already had everything crossed off of my to-do list, so now I got to go by memory to make sure I'm not missing any steps on the update. Alright, let's get you on the rack. Alright, something like that. One more layer, so we'll pull you up to this rack. Oh, come on, I want to turn you, I wanted to move you. Alright, so there's our visibility nodes for the peanut butter. Alright, now that's just part of the. Let's grab. We have to go to our. We have to go to our 110 for. You are the islands map. Yes, you're the islands map. We have to find Hershey Plant. So we have to add up. We have to also have to make it. Now it has to make peanut butter as well. Hershey Plant. So we have our first line making the project, our second line's making Hershey syrup and Hershey variety. I'm gonna put peanut butter in the middle. So I'm going to create a space. And we're going to call this line 2, and this one's going to be line 3. But our second one is going to be our peanut butter production line. And then we have to have a new output of output 7 is now going to be peanut butter. Alright, that's that part done. So now I need to go back to our 16x map. Placeables, global company, Hershey. Hershey Plant. Alright, so now we have to add an output for peanut butter. So I'm going to grab Hershey syrup. I'm going to go down to under dead cells. And we're going to add peanut butter. And we're going to add fill type is peanut butter. It's still 4,000 liters per pallet, but we don't want it to spawn Hershey syrup pallets. We want it to spawn peanut butter pallets. And then our visibility node, since we put the peanut butter in, is now 5 and 5. So our peanut butter pallets will show up in the warehouse. So that's the peanut butter in. Now we have to add a new production line for peanut butter. So I'm going to copy the first one. And then this one's going to get renamed to, or numbered to 2. This one's going to get renumbered to 3. And then I'm going to grab my placeable Hershey factory, and I'm going to grab my, so they're all consistent, I'm going to grab my inputs and outputs to make peanut butter. So that's the placeable one. So when we come back to the in-game one, and I replace inputs, outputs, and player trigger 2. So now we're going to put in our sugar, but you can go to 4,000 liters an hour. Alright, so we're going to go sugar, peanut butter, or sugar, peanuts, water, power cells. We're going to make peanut butter, a little bit of sewage, a little bit of trash, and a little bit of dead cells. And that's all we have to do to the Hershey plant. So Hershey plant is now updated, and I'm going to make sure that I saved my 110. I did. So that's the Hershey plant fixed for peanut butter. So now we can move on to the mines, and we'll get the mines fixed for a second time. So you are the which one are you? You are the rock crusher. So let's come back here. We'll open up the rock crusher. Alright, I'm going to open that up a second. Now we're going to get rid of the pallet spawner. So the pallet spawner is going to get deleted because we're not going to spawn out our gold pallets anymore. It's going to be bulk. So to make it look good, what I've been doing is I've just been spinning these around. And then I've been spinning these around so I don't have to delete them and then fix all of the i3D mapping. So we're spinning them around just to save some time. And then we have to change the way our gold spawns out. So we come back to our XML for the factory. Wheels 247. Oh my god, I can't tell you how long it's been since I've been on your stream and you've played one of my maps. It's probably been FS 17. How are you doing, my friend? Alright, so now we have to change our output of gold because we're no longer spawning it into a pallet. But I want to pick it up where I load my stone, the same trigger. So I'm going to copy this over to here. And we're going to save it. Now, we're going to have to up the capacity. So it holds more gold because it's no bulk fill. I'm going to fire up Homestead, I think, soon. Homestead is an awesome map. When you fire up Homestead, make sure you have the couple of mod packs, the vehicle pack, and a couple of mod packs that go with it. Give me a second and I'll jump on the Trello board. So there's our gold. There's our new output for gold. It's no longer going to be a pallet, and it's going to come out of the same trigger as the stone. And I have to get rid of the spawners. So this one gets deleted, and this one gets deleted. So that's going to fix our rock crusher. So now we just do the same thing to all the mines. Alright, so let me jump over here a second. Let me jump to the Trello board. So if you're going to be playing Homestead, this is the Homestead column. Make sure you scroll down. There's an animal feed mixing. So if you click the link, there's feed mixing for the animals, so there's individual placeable feed mixing stations for each animal type. You have the map file. It has its own vehicle pack. And then there's mod pack 1 and mod pack 2. So make sure you download everything for the Homestead map. Everything's in that column. Downloaded the stuff from the section on Trello. Oh, cool. don't know why I have not followed you till now. Well, very, very much appreciated for the follow. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I am updating the islands map so it's consistent with the other 3 maps. And I'm also building a new 16x production map. Alright, so you are the ore mine, right? Yeah, you're the ore crusher. So let's grab the ore crusher. And we'll get that XML open. So the rock crusher, we're done. So there's no other changes we need to do there. So we're going to delete the pallet spawner because we're not going to put gold on just that one pallet anymore. And then I just got to do the same thing to all the mines, and then the mines will be updated. And then we'll spin this around. So the mines don't take long. It's putting the new clay mine in that's going to take us a little bit. So we have some terraforming and stuff to do. So that is that part of it done. So now we just come over here to our gold output. So let's find, okay, so now let's change our gold from 4,000 liters to 200,000 liters. And we're going to change the output method. So we no longer have, it comes out of the same trigger as the clean fill. And then I get rid of my gold spawner. So that can get deleted, and that can get deleted. So that is our ore crusher done. So next one is the coal mine, or the coal crusher. So let's grab the coal crusher XML, and we'll do the same thing. We get rid of the spawner. We spin this around. Go about there, and we'll spin this around. Yeah, Wheels, when I play the homestead map when I get tired of the production. So it's a nice, easy, laid-back map to play on. It's more relaxing than spending 8 hours driving pallets around on a production map. Alright, so that is the coal crusher done. So we got to do the same thing in the XML. So we're going to take this trigger, copy it. We're going to replace our output method for gold. We're going to up the capacity. And then we have to delete the spawn pads for the gold. And we'll save this. Alright, so that is coal finish. 2 more. And we can get the clay pit into the map. So you are copper. So let's find our copper crusher. We'll get that open and ready. So we'll delete that. We'll spin this around. Just so I don't have to, I was going to delete these and delete the whole gold thing, but I figured this was just a nice compromise. And I won't spend hours remapping the entire i3D for the entire factory. So this was just a simple fix for getting rid of the gold palette. Alright, so that one's done. So this is copper. So copper, we just need to do the same thing. Find our output for gold. We will change the output method. Change it to up the capacity, and then get rid of our spawn pad. Alright, we'll save that. So that is copper done. So there's one more mine left, which is nickel. And we'll get this last nickel mine. We'll get the nickel mine done. So let me grab the XML for the nickel mine. Nickel crusher. Alright, so nickel crusher, and again, same thing, we just get rid of the spawn pad. We will spin this around, and we'll spin this around. And now we're going to go in map just to make sure that these are not going to throw any Lua errors before we move on to the next project. Really hoping to get this update done today. And there's really, as I'm testing it as we go, so there's not going to be, it's not even going to need to be tested. So this will be an update, a quick update. I'll zip it up, I'll do a really quick test tonight, and then we'll get it uploaded to Mega and get this map update released tomorrow. So last mine, same thing. We just get rid of our spawner. We get rid of our spawn method for our gold. So we'll get rid of this. Change it to up the capacity. And then get rid of our spawn pad. And delete. Now let's save that. So that should fix our existing crushers. So I'm just going to do, we're going to do a quick save. Rob VTB, hello. Thank you for stopping in, taking time out of your day. I played Hollow some last year. I was replaying your Trader Sim Steam before seeing you were live. I was gifted the Trader Life Simulator. Oh my god, I jumped on there. I figured I'll just do a quick hour and I'll probably be bored with it. And before I realized it, I was on there for like 4.5 hours, and I can't stop playing that game. It is, I don't know what there is, that thing is so addictive. It needs a little bit of balancing. I know it's early access and it was just released. It needs a little bit of balancing by the devs, but oh my god, it is so much fun. Alright, so let's minimize this. Let's jump back in game just to make sure that the mines are now not throwing any Lua errors before we put the new clay pit in. So unfortunately I got to delete save game 11. So let's start a new save game. And we'll check the existing mines real quick. And then we'll get the clay pit in. We'll get it in and running, and we'll get it tested. And then we have to put the new express staffing in the map and make all of our workers. And then we have to update the orchards to add workers, the greenhouses to add workers, the slaughterhouse to add workers, and fish processing to add workers. So we got a little bit of work to do yet before this app update's complete. Alright, so I'm just going to teleport over to the coal mine real quick. we already own it. Do I have any kind of tippers over here? I don't think I do. Alright, that's fine. We're just going to give this a quick test anyway. So, let me grab some cash. And let me grab some speed. Because I hate walking slow. Let's grab store delivery mod. And now I should have, let's just grab the K100. And a slide on tipper. Because when we go under the tower now, we should have a fill trigger for our gold. And if it works on one, it's going to work on all because they're identical. So now we should get so now we have our gold in with our clean fill and our stone. So our gold is now bulk fill. And I don't need to test all the mines because if one of them works, they're all going to work. So let's get out of here. And I'm just going to make sure there's no errors, obvious errors in the log. And we'll get the clay pit in. I just finished streaming the homestead map and just enjoy your stream. Thank you. Much appreciated. Alright, so let's check the log real quick and make sure I have no obvious Lua errors with the mines. And we don't. Alright, so the mines are now updated. Clay pit. This is going to take us a little bit longer because we're going to have some terraforming to do. And we have to paint a new farmland in. So what I'm going to do is what I did the first time is I'm just going to get rid of some of these trees and make myself some room. So I'm putting the clay pit in here. And if I take out too many trees, we can always put some more back. Alright, that should give me enough room to get started. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to get myself a little bit of a level ground to work off of. So what's my height? My ground level. What's my ground height down here? It is 103.4. So we're going to go to replace. And check. I'm going to pull my strength up a little bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, just for now, we're going to flatten this back out. And we'll put the water, we'll fix the water after we get the factory back in here. And it's not going to be pretty, I just want a surface to start with that's nice and flat. Alright, so let's grab global company, close everything that I'm done with. We're going to grab Hershey Plant we're done with. We're going to grab this empty transform group and it's going to be the clay pit. So let's go file, import, Ritchie Islands, new buildings, clay pit. we're going to go, oh, hold on. We're going to close some more of this stuff I don't need open, or it's going to take me forever to scroll through what I need. Let me close all of this. Alright, now we go down here. We go edit, cut, clay pit, paste, and we're going to put it here. And I'm probably going to have to take a couple more trees out. But let's get it spun the way I had it. Let's pull you. We turn it a little bit more. Go about there. Now I need to get rid of, there's some extra pieces in here that I don't need from this one. So I'm going to get rid of, the limestone wall has to go. Our extra emitters have to go. And I'm going to get rid of one or two more trees. Alright, now, are you my main water plane? You are my main water plane. Alright. So on this back side, I want to go down. So we're at 100. Let's go down to 99. And let's pull, no, not low enough. Alright, let's go down to 98. Alright, now we're in our water. So let's pull, because I had part of this, the back of the factory in water. So let's get some water back in on the back side. And I had part of the factory that'll work. So let's actually, looks like 98's a little bit too deep. So let's go, let me back those off. Let's go 98.5. So it's not as deep. Yeah, that's better. So we'll come around here and we'll fix the back side of the water. Let's cut it in a little bit deeper. Oh, so that'll fix the back side of the water. Now, where our where our clay spawns, I also need some water where we pick up our clay, but I don't want to go that deep, so I'm going to go back to 99 for just a minute. And I don't think it's going to be quite deep enough, but we'll see if there's any water in there. Actually, I want to see the factory a second. Hold on. I want to see where my spawners are. Let me come up here a minute, and I'm going to highlight the whole factory. Now, am I getting any water? I'm getting a little bit of water, and that's all I want. Let's go to like 98.75. I don't want to go really deep. So let's grab, yeah, I just want our clay spawning in a little bit of water. So now we smooth this out. Alright, so we'll smooth that out. There's just a little bit of water, that's all I want. And now we got to fix the textures a little bit. So let's grab our mud. And we'll just go mud through there. And we'll go a little bit of mud through here. And now I see like a little weird spot over here I want to smooth out. So this should be our clay pit. Now we got to get it working. So the first thing I need is, I scroll back down. There's way too much built into this map. Alright, let's grab our clay pit. I'm going to figure out where my player trigger is. My player trigger is right about there. So let's grab our icons. And pull it up out of the ground a little bit. So our global company trigger was right about there. So you are now clay pit. And I just need to fix my coordinates on the clay pit. So where's my 110 or my map essay? Now do I have the clay pit in here? I do not. I thought I did. Control find clay. I have my clay fill plane. Nope, I don't have the clay pit in here. Alright. So I'll make sure I didn't double it up. So let's grab the apiary and we'll copy it back in, and you are the clay pit. And you are now the clay pit. And we'll grab our X and our Z. So you go here. And you go, oh, wrong one. You my Z, so you go here. Let's grab the X again. The X goes here. Alright, so there's our hot spot in for the clay pit. Hotspot's in. Now we need it. Oh, yeah, we're gonna need. It needs its own farmland, so we're gonna have to paint a new farmland in for the clay pit. So let's go back to Ritchie Islands. I gotta find the farmland XML right here, and we have to create a new farmland. And I'm just going to guess. Let's go with 02567 and see what number comes up. Farmland 02567. You're number 229. Are we using 229? We're not. Perfect. So let's grab. I want this one. Let's grab 226. I'm going to put it under here. We're going to call it 229. It is going to be the clay pit. And it was 0, 2, 5, 6, and 7. So you were 0, 2, 0, 2, 5, 6, 7, 0, 2, 5, 6, and 7. Your farmland 29, or farmland 229. And so that looks good. So now we come up here and we paint in a new farmland for the clay pit. So when you buy it, and I'm just going to have it cover some of these trees so it's all the same area. So when you buy the clay pit, you'll have this whole area. Alright, so there's our farmland for the clay pit. Now our clay pit, we scroll up here to the factory. Close you a second. So our clay pit is now number 229. And that should be all of our map work done for the clay pit, other than putting a couple of trees back in. So let me save that. Now we have to go to Ritchieville. So I gotta find the clay pit. So let's grab the clay pit from here, move it over to, it doesn't matter where I put it, so we can put it under the Hershey factory. And we have to change Ritchieville to Ritchie Islands. So let's save that. And then I need, so back to Ritchie Islands, back to Placeables Global Company, back to Ritchieville, Placeables Global Company, and let's grab the clay pit. So copy, paste, edit, and we'll change, I gotta change you to Islands. And then all of Ritchieville gets replaced with Ritchie Islands. And we'll save that. And then I just want to double check. We didn't move anything in our, I shouldn't have to redo anything in our i3D mapping, but I just want to double check just a few of them to make sure nothing changed. So our camera is 6, our player trigger is 7, our camera is 6, our player trigger is 7. We didn't mess with any of the spawners. Alright, so I'm going to call the clay pit XML done. I'm going to call, why do we have so many 110s open? You're Ritchieville. Okay, yeah, you're Ritchie Islands, and then you're the Ritchie Valley map I'm working on. That's why I have so many open. Alright, I think we're good. Let's go. Map is saved. Let's jump back in, and we'll test the clay pit. Again, I have to start a new save game because we made texture changes and terrain changes. And after we get the clay pit tested, I'm going to sneak out for a couple minutes and grab a fresh cup of coffee. And then we'll start working on express staffing and getting all the workers, all the bus stops and all the workers in the map. Alright, so we should now have clay pit. We do. Let's teleport over there. I'm going to grab a little bit of cash. Since we can't save the save game anyway, might as well cheat it in. Before we test, I want to check the log for any obvious errors. And if y'all know me by now, I don't like the in-game tilde key thingy. I can't read it, my eyes are bad. So I always come back out to the main log. Okay, so there's no obvious Lua errors. So now we come back in map. Let's see how much this piece of property is going to cost us now. 194,000. I can live with that. So the price is decent. We should now have a global company menu. We do. So there's no white barn, so I didn't mess anything up with the fill types. So all of our fill types are working. So let's grab ourselves a store delivery mod. Let's grab ourselves a truck and a tanker. And we'll get tanker. Oh, come on, you know we gotta put at least put the logos on it. Alright. So let's throw some diesel in here. We'll get some clay spawning, make sure that's gonna work. Alright, so let's cheat some diesel in here. Not digestate, diesel. There we go. Alright, now we should have some... Oh, we're going to have to fix that floating factory. Alright, we're going to put a little bit of land back. But now we should have clay spawning. And we do. So let me grab 2,000 speed for a couple minutes. And now let's grab ourselves a tractor. Let's grab ourselves this trailer. I don't care about color because we're not saving it. And let's grab ourselves the bunker. The freezy. Make sure when we pick up our clay, the spawn pads reset themselves. Alright, so let's get you unfolded. And this gives us a good opportunity to make sure clay looks like clay and I didn't mess up any of the textures. So, get you turned on. Alright, you look like clay. Registers clay. We'll get you sucked up. We'll make sure I'm going to pull this water plane back a little bit further also. You're going into the trailer as clay. Oh, look at that. At least something's going right today. So I want to make a couple slight terrain edits over here. I want to make sure these spawn pads reset themselves. Get you turned off. Get you out of the way. And now let me just bump it up to 5 speed. Yep, there we go. So we've got our clay coming back in. So spawn pads are going to reset themselves. So there's no issues there. Alright, so this is working. I just want to push this water back a little bit so it's back a little bit further. And I want to pull the land back on this side so our factory's not floating. And then we call the clay pit done. And then we move on to express staffing, but I want to check the time. So I do have some errands to run. Okay, it's only 11:05. I've got about another hour before I have to be out of here. We won't get everything finished in an hour, but that is quite alright. So where did I leave us off at? So are you still on? You're still on 98.75. Perfect. I want to push the water back a little bit here. Let me go back a little bit further and then smooth it out. Alright, so our clay is going to completely spawn in some shallow water. And then I wanted it to take, so we have to go to 100.4. And then we can take our land, push our land back a little bit here. So our factory's not floating. Alright, and that I can live with, and I'm not even going to worry about putting any trees back. Alright, so we're going to call the clay pit finished. Now let me grab a little bit of speed. We got to fly across the map. We're going to get express personnel in the map and get all the bus stops working. That's going to take us a little bit, because I'm going to change up some signs. I want to get this done so I can continue working on the new 16x map. Alright, so I put, so over here where the bank and the Remax real estate office is, we're going to switch this up to express staffing. So, but before I do that, I'm going to throw you all on. Be right back. I'm going to grab a fresh cup of coffee. Give me about 3 or 4 minutes. I'll be back. thanks for bearing with me there for a couple minutes. So let's throw you back on Windows. Since I'm not in game, I can't do live scene. Alright, so let's bring in, so we go back to global company, we take one of our empty transform groups, and it becomes express staffing. So we go file, import, we're going to import express staffing in. And we're going to go edit, cut, and paste. And it's going to end up somewhere here. Now, I'm going to get rid of a lot of the stuff from the old express staffing that we don't need anymore. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the trees. I'm going to get rid of the main buildings because we don't need them. We're going to use the existing buildings, which means I can also get rid of the old parking lots from the other old express staffing. So that leaves us with just the bus stops, a couple signs, and all the bus stops and everything else to get into place. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to get rid of this Remax sign that's here, the existing one. We're going to go back to the express staffing that we just imported. Alright, so the so you are what? You should now be my express staffing sign, or are you the old Remax sign? So you I can delete, I don't need anymore. My construction sign is where? This one I don't need anymore, so that one can get deleted. And then we should have a staffing sign. So we just need to get that into place. So we replace the Remax sign with express staffing. Alright, so there's our new, make sure you're centered. Alright, so there's our express staffing sign. Now, we have to start working on our bus stops. We need, and the old maps or the other maps have 8 pickup spots. So in this map, we're going to do 8 pickup spots. So now we have to adjust all of our bus stops and stuff that are floating in the middle of nowhere now at all of them. So we're going to grab the first one. So we're going to grab our first bus stop. We're going to put it here. I'm going to delete those 2, and I'm just going to call this one, so now I'm just going to need, we're going to call, just for myself, I'm going to call it bus stop 1. I'm going to duplicate it. We're going to slide it down. It's also going to be bus stop 1. And I'm going to duplicate it one more time. We're going to slide it down. So there's bus stop 1. So bus stop 1 is fixed. Staffing sign is fixed. Warning stripes. Let's pull our warning stripes back because we're going to have to move our input triggers. So let's get that over here. And we're going to leave it right there for now. So bus stop is fixed. Staffing sign is fixed. Warning stripes are fixed. These old power poles I'm not going to need. I'm just going to delete them. And we're not going to mess with the rest of the bus stops yet. I need my, so gas station trigger, we're going to call it gas station trigger 1, just so I know I fixed it. And we're going to slide it over, because that's where we're going to pick up our our workers from our first bus stop. Now I'm going to take visibility node, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to call it visibility node 1 so I know I fixed it. Go down on my speed a little bit. So now we got to get our workers back into place. Let's see what that looks like. Let me pull them back. Let me pull them back just a hair. That'll work. And I want to get rid of. I can live with a little bit of grass under the bench. That's fine. So that is gas station trigger 1's fixed. Visibility node 1 is fixed. So we have to find our our sign. So bus route 1, we're going to pull over here. So this is bus route 1, or bus line 1. Alright, so that's where we pick up our workers for our first bus stop. Now our second bus stop, I'm going to put over here in the front of the building. And we're going to call this one bus stop 2, and this one can get deleted and that one can get deleted. So bus stop 2, again I got to make 2 more. So we'll stretch this over. We will stretch that over. So that's bus stop 2 taken care of. Let's grab our sign for bus route 2. So this is bus line 2. So that one's taken care of. We have our visibility node to take care of. So I'm going to call that one number 2 so I know I've touched it. Let's get our workers back into place. Now let's see how close they look. Okay, they're right about where I want them. And then we have to take our trigger. So we're going to call this one gas station trigger number 2. And we're going to put this one into place. So we'll pick up our second set of workers here. So that's done. Now, bus stop 3, let's move bus stop 3 over to here. So let's grab our next bus stop. So we're going to grab this one. Yep. And we're going to go edit interactive placement. We're going to stick it here. So this one I can delete. This one I can delete. And we're going to take this one, bus stop 3. We're going to call this one bus stop 3. And we're going to get our bus stops over here. Alright, so those are bus stops in place. Let's grab bus stop 3 sign. And we got to get it moved over here and turned. So bus line 3 to pick up our workers will be right there. Now I need my visibility node for 3 and my trigger for 3. So visibility node, no, this one. So you're going to be visibility node 3. And I've got to get you moved over here. And we got to get you turned. Now what angle is my bus stop? My bus stop is at, it's just off a little bit, so 45.16. So my visibility node 3 Oh, it has to go this way. To, let's go minus 45 point, I think it was 1.6. And let's get these these workers into place. And let's see how they look. Are you? No, you're up too far, so we gotta pull them back a little bit. Come over here so I can try and see the workers and my gizmo at the same time. Let's pull you guys back a little bit. And they gotta go this way just a hair. Alright, so I think that'll work for, yep, that's gonna work for this set of workers. So the only thing I have to move now is my trigger. So I need, you are trigger 2, you're gonna be trigger 3. And let's get trigger 3 into place. So there's our third bus stop where we're going to pick up a set of passengers. Now, we don't have a lot of room on the islands map as we do our other maps. So let's pick up a set of workers over here at the hotel. And where do I want? Let's put it right in front of the hotel. That'll work out perfect. So let's grab, so you're going to be bus stop 4. So let's grab this one and we'll name it bus stop 4. We're going to stick it here, but I'm going to delete this one and that one. So bus stop 4, we're going to swing over and you're going to go here. I don't mind having a little bit of grass under the bench. So it's grown in a little bit. Am I going to have enough room to drive the bus through there? We will. So let's go 1, 2, and 3. So there's our bus stops in place. I need bus stop 4 sign. So you're going to be bus line 4. Now if I don't center this, this is going to drive me nuts. Hold on. Yep, we're going to have to do it. Let's slide you down. If I don't, my OCD is going to kill me. Slide you down. I will slide you down and see if I went too far. No, that's a little bit better. So let's take our bus sign. We'll throw that into place. Am I gonna have, yeah, we got enough room to drive the bus in there. Alright, so that's our bus stop 4 sign. We need our visibility node number 4. So you're going to be number 4. And we got to get our peoples into place. I'm just going to get them close and then I'll dial them in. Alright, so you definitely have to come over. I wish I could see the gizmo when and it wasn't so far away. So that way, and then how do you, now you got to come back a little bit because your butts aren't on the seat. So you got to come back a little bit. Alright, so there are our passengers for bus route 4. So the only thing I need for bus route 4 is our trigger. So you are now going to be number 4. And let's get our trigger in place so we can pick these up with the bus. Alright. So we'll pick up passengers here at the hotel. grab a set of passengers over here by Aldi's. So we'll make another bus stop over here. So this will be number 5. So let's come down here, grab one of the bus stops we're not using. That's now going to be bus stop 5. And we're going to delete that one and that one. So now you get spun this way. And we'll get a set of bus stops and workers over here. So 1, 2, and 3. So we need our sign for bus route 5. And we'll get this into place. And then we need our visibility node for 5. So we come up here, we grab, we'll call you number 5. And figure out where you are. So you got to get spun this way. And we'll get them close and then I'll adjust them. Alright, let's see how close you guys are. Nope, you're too far back. So you got to go forward a little bit. And back a hair. Alright, so there's our peoples for number 5. And we just need gas station trigger number 5. So there is bus route 5. We need a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I don't. If I knew how to use Blender, I would build us a Ferris wheel, but I do not know how to use Blender. Richard, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for taking time out of your day. All right, so that's bus route 5. Let's head over this way. We'll come over to the housing development. And let's come over this way. Let's push this tree back. Let's push this tree back a little bit. Let's get, let me go back to subtract. Let's square you up like so. And then let's go to concrete. And let's get, wrong one. Let's get you squared up. Alright, that works. So now let's grab bus stop 6. Come back down to our personnel office. Alright, so we want next set of bus stops we're not using. So you are now bus stop 6. I'm going to plop you here a minute. So that one I need to delete and that one I need to delete. Alright, so you are bus stop 6. And we're going to put a set of bus stops here so we can pick up some passengers or some workers to take to our factories. So we'll get a couple of these into place. And that'll work. work, so I can live with that. All right, so now we need our bus stop 6 sign. So bus route 6, and now we need our visibility node for bus route 6. So you become number 6. And get you close. Okay, so you got to get spun this way. And it'll get you close, and we'll get you adjusted. It's right about there. How do you look? You all are sitting in the grass. So let's get rid of let's get rid of a little bit more grass. And let's go a little bit more concrete. All right. Now y'all shouldn't be sitting in the grass anymore. You're not, but you've got to come up back a little bit so your butts are on the bench. And you got to come back this way a little bit. All right. So there's our passengers or workers, whatever you want to call them, for 6. So we just need our trigger. So we have our trigger for 6. Farm Chick 63, good morning. I hope your move went well. So glad to see you back. I'm sure you're busy unpacking. I want to get the island map update done so I can get it off my to-do list so we can continue working on the new map. Alright, so that is bus route 6. We have 2 more bus routes to put in. So let's put one over here at Nona Ritchie's. So let's get a set of bus stops over here. So let's scroll back down here. Let's use some bus stops we haven't used yet. So let's take this one. You're going to now be bus stop 7. So we'll get you over here. So that means this one has to get deleted. That one has to get deleted. So let's spin this one into place. And we'll push you back towards the end of the lot. And we'll get 3 of you in. Alright, and then we have to get our sign in for bus route 7. So there. So now we need our workers for number 7. So this visibility node we haven't used yet. So you become number 7. And then we're going to have to spin you into place. So you go to -90. Let's get them close to where they need to be. And then we'll see how far off I am. Yep, you got to come back a little bit. And you got to come back my way a little bit. Alright, so there are our workers for, and then we need a gas station trigger. So you are number 7, and then I can take another peek at chat. So bus route 7 is in. What did I miss over the weekend while I was moving? Not much. I worked on the new 16x map on Friday and Saturday. And then yesterday, I did not feel like working on Farm Sim at all, or the editor. So I was gifted a new game called Trader Life Simulator. And I started playing it. And it was so addictive, I decided to jump on Steam, and I figured I'd only play it for maybe like an hour, hour and a half. And I got lost in the game and ended up streaming it for like 4.5 hours. And that game is so addictive, I just can't stop playing it. All right, so we have to add in one more bus stop somewhere. We have to add in bus stop 8. And let's come over here to our motel. And let's put bus stop 8 over here at the motel. Now I may have to move some trees and stuff around. But we have to get a set of bus stops over here. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this tree. We're going to get rid of this mess up to this tree. I think this lot is gravel, so let's grab some gravel. Yeah, this will work. And so that will take care of that. So now we come back to our express staffing, and then we grab last set of bus stops we're not using. So you become bus stop 8. We put you here, and then this one can get deleted, and that one can get deleted, and that cleans up all of our bus stops. So let's move you down a little, actually, yeah, let's move you down a little bit, let's move you forward a little bit, so about here. Yeah, that'll work. And then let's get you into place, and you into place. And then, because I want to leave them square to the world, so they're going to be at a different angle than the buildings, but actually, let's take our first one. I think I'm going to change that up a little bit. Let's take this one. Let's spin it a little bit. So let's go minus 77, so I'm even. And we'll take this one and we'll delete it. We'll take this one, we'll delete it, and now we can duplicate this one again. And our angle doesn't look as bad. So you and you. So now we need our bus stop 8 sign. And we'll get this into place. Yeah, but I wanted to get the islands map done today and get it off my to-do list. So now we need, so that takes everything in that transform group should now be fixed. So we need our visibility node. So you become number 8. And let's get those guys into place. Let's go to, oh crap, now I gotta do math. 77 minus 90, you're gonna end up at this weird angle of like 13. So let's get you into place. And see how close you are. Go down my speed a little bit. Let's see how close you are. Oh, not bad. Just going to pull you forward a hair so your butts are on the seat. Alright, so we'll call our passengers good. And then I just need our gas station trigger. So you're our last trigger to pick up our workers. So that takes care of all of our bus stops. Alright, so let's fly back over to our personnel office. So all the bus stops are in place to pick up our workers. All the triggers are in place to pick up our workers. Let's get our input triggers taken care of, our global company menu taken care of. our global company trigger. We'll get our hotspot in. We have to paint a farmland in. What the heck? What was I just gifted? Chef just gifted me. Oh, the new DLC. I will gladly accept that gift from Chef. What did he do? He gave me 2 gifts. Chef, thank you very much. Very, very much appreciated. I was not expecting that to pop up on my screen, but oh my goodness, thank you so much. I did not have those DLCs, so very, very much appreciated. Alright, so let's come back over here. We have to get our triggers into place. Now let's grab, so all of our outs should now be done in. We have to grab our exact fill route. We have to bring that over. So, Chef, thank you for stopping in. Yeah, very, very much appreciated. We have to grab our pallet trigger. So that is in place. So in is now done. Out is now done. Main is now done. Lighting. So we had some lights on the old factory, and I do not need them on this one, so we're going to delete those. Our camera, where is our camera? Our camera is in place, so I don't have to move that. Player trigger. So the only thing we have to figure out is where we want to put our icon for the global company trigger. And I think we're going to go right over here, just past where we have to put our inputs in. And I can make it a little bit smaller. Now we're going to go right there. Now we need an icon, so let's come down to our icons. Let's grab another one. And we're going to stick it right there. I got to pull it up out of the ground. And let's bring our icon over to where our global company menu is, right there. We're going to call you Express Staffing. Rob, well done, Chef. Farb Chick, very sweet. Yeah, you guys and gals are awesome. Alright, so that is Express Staffing. That's going to be our hotspot. So let's take care of, let's get the hotspot in so I don't forget. So, Express Staffing. And Express Staffing. And then we got to get our X and our Z. In for this one. Right there. Alright, so there is our hotspot done. So let's go back up and look at this factory. Close you a second, put you on there. So our in is done, our out is done, our main transform group is finished. We have a spare in there that I don't need, I'm going to leave it. We have our cameras done, our player triggers done. I'm going to do a quick save. We have to paint in a farmland. And then I got to change a couple things up. Then we have to do our XML work. I just think that a mod map author like Old Man should have access to all the DLCs. Who knows, they may be able to use it. Once the new 16x map is done, By the time the new 16x map is done, almost all of our factories will be done and out in it, and I can just sit back and play. I can literally just sit back and stream, play like my realistic gameplay stream on the new 16x map, because that's going to be my go-to map. That map is going to be a ton. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be a ton of work, because you're going to have to buy and then build like 80% of the map. You're going to have to build after you buy it. Alright, so now I need a new farmland for express staffing. So let's go back to my farmlands. And if I had to guess, my next number is going to be 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So let's just take a wild guess. So farmlands, 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Your number 231. We're not using 231. That's close enough. Let's throw you under here. Let's call you 231. You're going to be express staffing, and then you were 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, so you're number 231. So let's paint in express staffing so you can buy it and get your workers created, and so you can use them. And it doesn't need to be big, so this is the only area that you actually need for express staffing. So yeah, once the new 16x map is done, most of the factories will be built and released, and then I just sit back and play. Alright, so there is, alright, so you're 231, so you have to be renumbered 231. Now I think that's all of our map work done, so let's do another save. While that's saving, let's go to Ritchieville. Let's grab express staffing. Let's move it over to Ritchie Islands. And we just have to change Ritchieville to Ritchie Islands. I'll save that, and then we go to Ritchieville. We grab express staffing, so copy and paste and edit. You have to be called Islands. And then all of Ritchieville gets replaced with Ritchie Islands. So we save that. Now, I'm gonna, since I made a bunch of changes to it, I'm gonna have to go through my i3D mapping, because our i3D mapping has changed. So we're still exact for root 1, pallet trigger 1, nothing's changed there. I gotta make sure, so our visibility nodes have probably changed. So let's double check our visibility nodes. So visibility node 1 is gonna be 1 and 1. So that hasn't changed. 1 and 2, 1 and 3. So 1 and 2, 1 and 3, they haven't changed. Then we have number 4 is 6. So 6, 8, 10, 12. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 10, 12. Okay, so none of those have changed. Alright, so now let's check. Our camera is now number 4. Our player trigger is now number 5. Our exact fill route is, so it's going to be 0000001, so 0000001, they didn't change. And then if our other triggers didn't change, then these didn't change. So it's going to be 101415. So 101415. And then they're going to all be odd. 7, 9. Yeah, so nothing here has changed. 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Alright, nothing there has changed. Let's save that. So express staffing's done. Clay pit's done. I can close that. We have our farmland in, so it's number 231. We have our 110 done. So 110's done. Farmland's done. XML's done. Map is saved. Let's test this. So back to 16x. Gonna lurk for a while, pushing a deadline. Well, thank you. And then farm check. I like building everything. It's a lot of fun. I want to work for it. No fun if it's easy. Exactly. That map is going to be super hard, but that map is going to be so much fun. Let's go into a new save game. And let's see if express staffing works and all of our passengers, our workers spawn in. And we'll see, make sure the bus works. And then once we get express staffing in and working, we don't have too much more to do. We have to add the bus stops and the workers and the triggers to Orchard 1, Orchard 2, Greenhouse 1, Greenhouse 2, the slaughterhouse, and fish processing. And they won't take long at all. So first thing we're going to do is I want to check the log for errors and make sure there's no obvious Lua errors before we spend 20 minutes testing. Alright, so no Lua errors for the factory. That's the first good sign. So let's throw in some cash, since we can't save the save game anyway. So let's head over to, we should have a new icon now for, it's going to be mixed in with this mess. There's the bank, and then somewhere above the bank should be, okay, you're the heating plant. Yeah, you're not going to be able to find it. We're going to have to go to the bank. But behind the bank, where you sell your gold, is, actually I'm probably going to have to move that. So you sell your gold here, but you also need gold for your workers that you have to dump here. So it's your own fault if you dump it in the wrong trigger. So we have no icon because we don't own the land. So let's, oh, that's what I wanted to do. I want to make this true. So you own it in new farmer mode, because you're going to have a hard time buying just that little piece of property. It's not going to come up well. You're going to have to hide your icons in order to buy it. You're not going to be able to see it. I'm going to have to make that property bigger. All right, hold on. Before we go any further, let's get out of here. Let's adjust that property so it's easier to buy. Or you're never going to be able to click on it. So let's fix a couple things first, then we'll go back in here. Alright, so let's jump back in here a minute. We're going to have to make this property easier to buy. So let's come back down here. So we're already there. So let's paint it out. Let's paint it out to the road. So it's going to be easier to click on. And let's just include the bank property in. So it's going to be easier to try and find this piece of property on the map. Alright, that'll work. So let's save you, but let's come in here to the farmlands. I want to grab default property true. We're going to stick it in here. So in new farmer mode, you'll own this piece of property, but I want to drop the price a little bit. So let's see what that looks like when we go back in game. Because if you start in start from scratch mode, you don't own the land, so you're going to have to find it on the map to try and click on it. And it's going to be really hard to find the way it was. O'clock. I'm going to have to get out. Once we get this tested, I'm going to have to get out of here for lunch, and I got some errands to run. So I don't know how long I'm going to be gone, but we'll get this tested, and I have to get out of here for a little bit before I lose track of time. So let's jump back in here. So I do apologize, but I do have to get out of here for a little while. I would love to sit here and stream all day. So let's go back in here. Let's go back to save game 11. Winston, Wheels. The longer I watch this update, the more I want to play this one. This map is tough because you have to use a ferry to get from island to island. There are no bridges in this map. So you are forced to use the ferry to get from island to island. And I can show you the ferry here because we'll be in game. So let me grab some cash, since we can't save the save game anyway. Let's grab some speed here. Let me open up the gate. And since my store delivery mod is still over here, let's grab, before we go over and test express personnel, I'll show you the ferry real quick. So let's grab a tipper, and let's grab a truck. So on this map, you have no bridges. It is a 16x map. Oop, I missed the, there we go. So there are I think 6 or 7 ferries come off the main island that go to the outer islands. So you find yourself a ferry port. You drive very slowly onto the ferry. So you jump out of your vehicle, come over to the ferry. You can close your gates. I'm going to spin my camera around, and then you have to drive. I'm driving backwards, so you drive over to your whatever island you want to go to. This map, unfortunately, is not very popular because a lot of players don't like using the ferry, and they want bridges. This map only has one field. You have to create all your own fields. So let me slow down so I'm not coming in too hot. And then try and get squared up to the dock when you pull in. There you go. So open up your gates. Jump in your vehicle. Am I in the ferry or am I in the truck? I think I jumped back in the ferry. Let me just scroll through. So you jump in your truck, or whatever you bring over, your tractor, your plow, or whatever you can fit on there, and then you just have to head up. So the ferry, you have to use the ferry to get from island to island. And then once you're on the island, you have to create all your own fields. So in new farmer mode, you have this very first piece of land where I drove over. You own the coal mine, you own the rock crusher, you own central station and warehouse where all the warehouses are. And then over here on Animal Island, there's a farmhouse and a little staging lot. And this map on Animal Island has all of the animal pens built into it. So let me teleport over here. Oh, hold on. Let me teleport over here. Let me grab a little bit of flight. So on Animal Island, you have to put your own sleep sugar down. So there's a farmhouse here if you want to use. There's about 8 different houses on the map that you could put your own sleep sugar down. So this one has your silo built in. It has a whole bunch of storage sheds. There's a warehouse here that holds diesel, water, everything you need to run your Animal Island with, you can store right here. So there's a couple warehouses here. So this will hold all of your animal feeds. So you can put all your animal feeds here. But it has, the dog pen is built in, the open chicken pen, free range chickens are built in, duck plucking is built in, and then it has a cow pen, the horse pen's built in, the pig pen's built in, the goat pen, the donkey pen, the cow pen. All your animal pens are built into this map. So that is Animal Island. And then you have your mainland. I'll do a quick tour and then we'll check express staffing. There's a, you fuel your ferry right there. So you bring your ferry over here when it needs fuel, and you bring your ferry over here when it needs to be repaired. So there's a repair trigger and a fuel trigger for the ferry. And then this is central station, central warehouse, whatever you want to call it. It holds every product on the map right here. And it holds all of your pallets on the map. All of your pallets that are used in other production. So, for instance, we use, cheese and pepperoni to make pizza, so they're stored here, but pizza's not stored here because it's an end-of-the-line product. You have to sell it or keep it in the factory. And then the same thing with your dry goods. So everything used to build other factories with are stored here, but your end products you have to store in the factory or sell. This lot in front of me is the Hershey Plant. So after you buy it, you have to build it. We have a bunch of sell points. Almost all the production's built into this map. So you have the glue factory that's built in. You have Old Man's Mill built in. It makes wheelchairs, walkers, feather dusters. Procter & Gamble has to be bought and then built. This is Heinz, it's already built. The Dole factory here, you have to buy it and then build it. The smokehouse here, you have to buy it and then build it. You have the drywall factory. Behind the drywall factory is the textile mill. So textile mill, you have to make your wallpaper that you need to build other factories with. Then there's a bridge right here that you have to build that takes you over to this little island. And on this little island you have the Wise potato chips and Budweiser. And then over on this island, so this one is for your fishing boat. Here's where you make your fish bait for fishing, and that has to be built after you buy it. And then this is your only field on the entire map. All the rest of the fields you have to create your own. So this is, we call this BGA Island. So on BGA Island you have your BGA, you have your poultry house that you bring your chickens and ducks over to, and it makes your duck eggs, chicken cuts, or chicken fillet, duck cuts, manure, all that good stuff. This building here is fish processing. So fish processing, you have to buy it and then build it. And then here's where you bring your seafood to, and it processes it out to salmon, caviar, crab, and lobster. Then here's another bridge that you have to build, and then once you build this bridge, it brings you over to the slaughterhouse. And then you have to build parts of the slaughterhouse build and the bridge coming over to the slaughterhouse builds. So that'll be your slaughterhouse after it's built. And then most of the islands around the perimeter of the map are just all arable, where you have to create your own fields. Oh, thanks for going over it. You're more than welcome. I don't mind doing a quick map tour when I'm streaming and I'm in that map. And then this is what we call this one Orchard Island. And then on Orchard Island, you have orchards, your greenhouses. It has a built-in grass dryer, a built-in composter. The white building is a storage for all of your produce, so it holds everything that the orchards and greenhouses make. There's a grass field. Here's another yard for you to use. Built-in warehouse. And then we have over here meadow for you to make your compost and silage with. This is the apiary, so you bring your beehives over in pallets and it makes your honey and your wax. There's another farmhouse here where if you put your sleep sugar down you can set up shop on this island. And then across the bridge is Mammoth Mill, and Mammoth Mill is where you're going to make all of your lumber and plywood and steel and crates and barrels and everything you need to build your other factories with. And then it has a small little forest down below where you can cut your trees and bring them up here. Not going to spend too much time going over the rest of the islands. They're pretty self-explanatory, but no bridges, so you do have to use the ferry to get from island to island. So let me come down out of flight mode. Let me turn flight mode off. Alright, so let's head over to, let's see if we fixed the farmland for express staffing. We did. So now you can buy that piece of property, and that'll be your express staffing. So let's come over here, heating plant 5. Oh, you're heating plant 5. Your express staffing down here. 26,000. It's still going to be hard to buy, but it is what it is. Let's just teleport over to KFC. We'll walk over to the staffing agency. So we should now have our trigger for express staffing, and we do. So we have to bring in food, which is coffee, cranberry, carrots, or peanuts. You have to give them some water, and you have to give them a little bit of gold from the gold mines. So let me grab my store delivery mod. So let's grab a truck and a tanker. And we'll throw some water in here. Let's grab some water. Check out the window really quick because I hear the dog stirring. So you got to give your workers water, food, and a little bit of gold so you can pay them. So let's drop off the water. Let me get this truck out of the way. I'll just put you right here for now. Alright, so let's grab the slide-on tipper and the K100. Alright, so let's grab some coffee or cranberry, whatever we find first. Coffee, that'll work. So coffee, cranberry, peanuts, or carrots, you got to feed your workers. So give them a little bit of coffee. We'll empty the coffee. Give them a little bit of gold. You got to pay them. So give them a little bit of gold. All right, let's get this guy out of the way. Now the bank will take your gold, so be careful. If you don't want to sell your gold and you want to pay your workers, I may have to move the trigger for the bank. So we should be making our workers. So this one active. So in 1 game hour, your 8 bus stops are going to fill with passengers or workers. So I'm on 120 speed. I'm going to go just 2,000 speed for an hour. So in 1 game hour, you have 8 loads of workers. So now we grab our bus. And we take the bus. We don't have any factories yet that take workers. That's next. But at least we have our workers. So we come in here. I want to test all 8 bus stops too to make sure they work. So we come in here. Let me spin my camera around. And you hit, let me spin my camera around and zoom in a little bit. So you hit start filling, and your workers will get their lazy butts from the bus shelter into the bus. And once your bus is full, you take your workers to the factory that needs them. Which on this map we don't have any yet because that's next on the to-do list. So you just take your, and this fits on the ferry pretty well too. So if you have to take them over to another island, you're going to have to take them over to, because we're going to put workers, your orchards are going to require workers, the greenhouses, the fish processing, and the slaughterhouse. So you just drive your, stick your workers on the bus, drive your ferry over to wherever you're going. But I want to make sure all 8 bus stops work before we move on to the next part of the project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty the workers from this bus. So the bus is empty. I want to make sure this bus stop works. Dixieland, out of all the maps Old Man has made so far, is the hardest for a solo player. Yeah, but it can be done, definitely. Alright, so this one's working. Let's empty the workers from this bus, and let's check our, we'll go around, we'll check the rest of the bus stops. And then I have to get out of here because I do have, I need to grab some lunch and I have some errands that I have to run. Let's make sure this bus stop's working. Alright, so no issues there, so let's empty the bus again. And let's check. Let's make sure this bus stop's going to work. Alright, so this one's working. Alright, cool. So let's get the bus emptied again. And we'll head over to Aldi's if I don't get hit by a car. Alright, so I've got the start filling signal, so this bus stop's working. Alright, so let me empty the bus again. So let's check our 2 more bus stops on this island, and we'll have to check the bus stop on Mining Island. Oh, look at that. Squish that person. Oh, I get 2. I got a double squish today. Farm check, almost. Son has gone begging for enclosed trailer. Oh, son, okay. Then 1 more trip for my husband. Classic Chevy, nice. Be finished by Thursday. Farm chick, I don't, and it's a lot of work. I hate moving, and I've done it about, oh, triple squish. We got 1 more. And I've moved about 6 or 8 times in my life. It is not fun. So let's make sure this bus stop's going to work. So start filling. So this one's working. All right, good. So let's get the bus emptied again. And there's one more bus stop on this island. Okay, cool. I got a start filling trigger, so this one's working. And then to save some time, because I do have to get out of here, or I ain't going to get anything done today. I'm going to miss my errands. So let's head over here to Warehouse 2. That works. We have to... Did I put any money in this map? I did. We have to buy... Oh, where's... Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of... Oh, no, we don't have to buy the land. I just need a bus. Alright, let me grab my store delivery mod. We don't have to buy the land where the bus stop is. Let me just grab another bus. And we'll check this last trigger over here at the motel on Mining Island. Head over to the motel. Alright, cool. So this trigger's working. So pick up our workers here. And one more test. I want to make sure that there's no issues with driving this thing across on the ferry from island to island. Make sure there's no weird bug that we don't lose our workers or anything. So let's head back over this way. And I'm going to get out of here for a couple hours. I don't know if I'll be back to stream this afternoon or not. Let's find that ferry. This one. Nope, wrong one. This one. So let's take this ferry across, make sure that I've got no weird errors with the driving a bus full of workers on the ferry. But I'm in Alabama and got internet at 10:30 this morning. I think you came onto my stream like as soon as your internet was connected there, Farm Chick. It is much appreciated. Alright, so ferry. Over here, we'll spin my camera back around so I'm driving forward. Let's grab the bus. Go ahead, just back over to the main island. And make sure I got no weird issues with them. We don't have anywhere to take the passengers yet because after lunch we have to add workers to the factories. So gates down. We'll drive our workers across, make sure they don't disappear from the bus. Cool. Gates open. And I'm just going to tab through till I find the bus. There we go. So workers are still on the bus, so there's no issues with losing your fill type. So that's going to work out just perfect. So you have, on my left is the refinery, on my right is the dairy and the mill. For those of you who have not seen this map before, so over here, one of the other changes was I eliminated feed mill 1 and feed mill 2. Now that we have the placeable feed mills, they were not needed. You can put your own feed mill down and make your own animal food. So this is now just a big empty placeable lot for you to put future factories, placeable factories down. And then up the hill a little bit further, I eliminated feed mill 2. So this gives you a nice placeable lot here to put factories down. So to my right is Hershey's. You have to buy it, then build it. Now have, I got rid of all the individual warehouses, so now this is just get you plenty of room over here now to put some placeables down. Hold all, the 2 buildings will hold all your pallets. You have the white building is storage for all your produce, your fruits and veggies. You have liquid storage here to put all your, hold all your liquids. Grain storage to hold all your grains. And the little one in front of me is quarry storage to hold all of your, oh crap, did I add clay and gold? Let's check to see if I added clay and gold to the quarry storage. But this one will hold all of your anything you need, your bone meal, your straw, your grass, your hay. And then you have manure storage, you have compost storage, and you have your bale storage. So bales in and bulk out. It will not spawn bales back out, but it will spawn a bulk back out. Let me grab a truck and a tipper to make sure I added clay and gold to quarry storage. And if not, that's something else we have to do after lunch. So let me just grab a truck and a tipper while I'm here. Actually, I just need to grab this guy. Where is it? This one? Yeah, this one should hold all the bulk goods. There we go. And I just want to check the trigger to see if I got clay and gold in the quarry storage. If not, we'll have to fix all of them after lunch. Or after I get back from running errands. Alright, so did I remember? Copper ore. I did not remember. So we have to add clay and gold to all the quarry storages. So let me make a note for myself so I don't forget. Islands. Add clay and gold to storage. And then this one should hold all of the new liquids. And let's just make sure I didn't forget any of the liquids. Let's just give that one a quick test. And let's see if we have the rum and wine and our coffees in this liquid storage. I forget which side's the output trigger. This one is. Okay. So we have our red wine. So we have, okay, we do. So this has been updated. It has our orange juice. It has our latte. It has the rich, it has our wines, it has the rum, it has the glue, it has our black ice, our espresso. Alright, so the liquid storage is good. I just have to fix the quarry storages. Alright, I do have to get out of here. I do apologize for a couple of hours. I sure did. I already had missed too much over the weekend. Farm Chick, you are awesome. I'm going to throw y'all on ending soon. I apologize. I do have to get out of here. I do have some errands I do have to run. I can't put them off till tomorrow. I will try and get back on for at least a couple hours before dinner. So after I'm done running errands, before dinner, I will try and get back on here because I want to finish this update so I can get it uploaded to Mega tonight and we can get it released either tonight or tomorrow. Rob VTV, see you later. Wheels, enjoyed the commentary. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate everybody stopping in. If y'all are around this afternoon, give me about an hour and a half to 2 hours and I'll try and get back on here.